Good evening, Speed Gaming. I hope you are pumped for the grand finals second game of the Crystalis Randomizer tournament. 'Cause I know I am. How about you, Code Gorilla?
Oh, I am so extremely excited. I didn't get to tune in live for last night's race, but I watched it immediately as soon as I was able to, and it was a lot of fun. And I am super looking forward to game 2 here.
Awesome. Yeah, and this is gonna be a good one. We have Mashama and Tornel, and I'm gonna go ahead and drop the gate here and let him get started.
So I gotta ask, Axe, who are you rooting
Okay.
for tonight?
Who am I rooting for? I don't know.
No such thing as unbiased commentary.
That's right. No, I mean, Mashama's the one that knocked me out and surprised me. So I've got to have a spot for him there.
Sure. I think honestly, I'm also rooting for Mashama, and the biggest reason is I want to see a game 3. So this is a best of 3 set. Last night's race, Tornel won. So if Tornel wins again, we're done. Tournament's over. Tornel's the winner. But I want to see as much Crystalis Randomizer as possible. So
that is a really good point. And I mean, we're gonna have a good race tonight, but it would be even better if we could have another race coming up.
Absolutely. It looks like our racers' timers are counting down. Looks like there's a little bit of delay on Tornel's side, so keep that in mind as you're watching. But we do have the timers, and they're off. And right off the bat, Sword of Fire.
Sword. And armor. Okay. So not going to be the easiest, or not going to be the hardest one here, since we did start out with a sword.
Armor's also not bad.
Okay, so we have Clark. We have an item shop. I didn't catch what's in the item shop. That was Brokahana, wasn't it?
Seems like it, and it looked like it was the Swan Shack. Sorry, the Joel Shack.
The Joel, yeah, because there's no one in there.
Yeah.
That would have to
I
be...
just mixed up my town names. But yes, it's the one where you use the eyeglasses and open up another path to the lighthouse. So for anyone unclear what's going on here, we've got WH flags on in our finals flags for this tournament. What that means is all the house entrances and all the palace entrances are all randomized. So we didn't have the Leaf Elder there. I didn't catch it. There was an item shop. I didn't catch if there were warp boots in it, which is another big thing that can... okay, there are warp boots. Alright, so we won't have too many walks of shame today, hopefully. Both of our runners are heading into...
the hazmat suit.
EBC Cave and getting hazmat suit. So that could open up a few things if they get onto Cordell Plains after getting through this cave, which... we'll see.
Orb of Fire, okay.
Alright, I suspect that means that RO is off?
And I just saw a shot in the wall from Mashama, and so yeah, so we do have RO. And you know what we say, that means that the runners are gonna have to find balls to break these walls. And the first one here, it's an ice wall, and that means that we have randomized walls.
Sure
so
does.
That wall is vanilla, a wind wall, even though it's not in the game proper. So Tornel going straight to the swamp with a hazmat suit, not a bad idea.
Yeah, we did end up getting into Cordell Plains, so we do have access to Oak, which you can see Tornel exploring. Meanwhile, we found the Fisherman House in Tornel's normal spot. Stom's fight.
Okay, and regardless of what houses get shuffled to Oak, Oak is guaranteed to be what you need to have that Stom fight.
Right. Of course, they're still gonna have to find the Stom fight. All right. Akana's looking for a statue. Oh,
okay.
That looks like the Swan Pub in Bryn Mawr.
Ooh. Maybe vanilla trade-ins. Yeah,
A little early to
statue is
say,
the
but
yeah, statue gives you the least information because there's several statues. We haven't even gotten a traded item, so we don't even know if we have unidentified items.
right, yeah. The only key item we've really seen is the hazmat suit, and that doesn't get renamed. All right.
Okay, yeah, we did hit. Yeah,
to Mount Saber West.
so it was the unusual statue, and it was the lamp for the boat owner.
So
Still,
it seems somewhat likely. 2 out of 7 of them are vanilla. Because randomized trade-ins randomizes 7 things. It's 5 trade-in key items, the bracelet that Tornel wants at the top of Mount Saber West, and the sword that Rage wants over in the Lime Valley.
okay, so Tornel, he has gone to Oak, which is an important trigger, but it didn't get him anything yet. And so Mashama has a slight lead based on that. Let's see if Mashama's not going to grind that Mimic. That would be a good spot to earn some money and buy some Warp Boots, because we don't have any of them yet. We've got armor, but...
Right, yeah. It does look like we have ice walls in Mount Saber West, so our runners are going to be able to climb all the way up to the top and get everything except the Tornado Bracelet spot and the Tornel trade-in.
Okay, so it looked like... It seems like we might be sure here. Both runners going here, but there actually is another fairly big spot, which is the other exit of GBC Cave.
That's true. We have not seen where it leads yet. That said, all the items that they've picked up so far have kind of pointed them in this direction, between the hazmat suit and getting the sword and ball of fire. I don't blame anyone at all for checking this out first and kind of putting off the other exit of the GBC Cave, because the other exit of the GBC Cave could just be Sahara, and at that point, all that really gets you is a warp point and like 4 houses. On
the other hand, we've gotten 2 Mimics so far, so no value here at all.
Mount Saber West has not been great.
So far, I haven't seen anything breaking sword weaknesses here. Everything... So we may have vanilla weaknesses. I'm afraid I may have rolled them a less than difficult one here. Although we still, we're still early in here. We could easily be trolled, especially with that RO off.
Yeah, definitely. And at the top of the mountain, Fog Lamp. Okay.
And Tornado. Okay, so I think at this point it's pretty likely that we have vanilla trade-ins.
Yep, and we don't have unidentified key items because we have just a fog lamp.
Okay, so that may have in fact, that's very likely an important play, because the fog lamp will give us possibly an item trade, and it could be required to get the dolphin. Since we haven't seen flight, the dolphin could be required.
Now, here's something interesting. Tornel has Wild Warp back to Leaf, and is heading... Oh, looks like heading over to the windmill. Gonna make a save in case this turns out to be nothing.
So he's gonna head to the windmill.
To turn in the fog lamp, which I kind of like it a little bit more, honestly, because if this windmill turns out to be the beach house... Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting. We have Vanilla Dolphin on.
Oh.
Because the fisherman was not the house, despite Mashima having the fog lamp.
Okay. So Tornel found the Stom hut there. And what did he get there?
Did the Stom fight and got the Tornado Bracelet. Time to climb back up the mountain.
Okay, that is actually pretty hot. But I still want to point out, we haven't seen the other exit of GBC Cave.
No, we still haven't.
That could shoot you out into Goa or Portoa and open up a lot of stuff. Although, well, yeah, it's hard to say how much you'd open up.
Yeah.
I can't really blame the runners for, exploring everything they've got in this area here.
See, Tornel did the same thing that Mashima did and went to go check the fog lamp trade-in, and now also knows that we have Vanilla Dolphin on. Also, by the way, welcome Raiders from Speed Gaming 4. This is round 2 of the grand finals of the Crystalis Randomizer tournament. Currently, Tornel on the right is up a game, so m4sh4m4 is up against the wall here because this is a best 2 out of 3 set. So, okay.
Yeah, I mean, we have a neck-and-neck race here, too.
All right, so this looks like we are climbing back up Mount Saber West. Unless there's a good house in Sahara.
Yeah, there could be something, you know, there could be a house here that gives us... Okay, no, not that one.
Or there could be absolutely nothing.
Wow.
Oh boy, let's climb up Mount Saber West again!
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to bring in that tornado bracelet, because that's all we've got. I guess, well... Yeah, I mean, because we went through... So, okay, I was gonna say that maybe we can blow away the wall in behind Zebu there, but it just takes us to the Cordell area, which we already had access to through the GBC cave. So, yeah we have to check
right
that.
now, m4sh4m4 is behind the Storm fight.
They cannot do Saber North. They don't have any way to activate the glitch that would let them pass the teleport skip. So we need to get teleport.
Teleport or flight?
Yeah, teleport or flight. Flight despawns the trigger, and teleport is the legitimate deactivation for the trigger. So we don't have any way to get past that first trigger.
Yeah, unlike the first trigger, unlike the second trigger, you can't just walk around the first one.
They can teleport to Oak. m4sh4m4 had not been to Oak before, so that was his first time going to Oak. Going to Oak doesn't deactivate the trigger.
Right,
it has to be...
You have to specifically fly around the bridge that you would normally use to get across the river in the Cordell Plains. Because there's an invisible loading zone on that bridge that actually loads 2 different halves of the map. And if you fly around the bridge instead of crossing the bridge normally, that's how you despawn the trigger that would be in front of the entrance.
Okay, so that just, you know... Okay, so we had, you know, one trolley thing here. And by getting it, Tornel is distinctly in the lead now. I'm not sure what he has that m4sh4m4 has not gotten yet.
I think it's just flight. Like, I think the only thing that... I think Tornel's just a little bit ahead right now.
So that's the Elder of Sahara, who doesn't give us anything. It just, you know, gives you a good, you know, go get him.
That was the Swan Dance Hall in Amazonas.
Okay. So nothing going on there. Oh, Tornel being very thorough here. He's gonna go check the tornado bracelet spot before he goes. I mean, with flight, we've got access to practically the whole world now. I mean, not the whole area, but like a lot.
Yeah. So do you go to Mount Saber North, or do you teleport to Sahara and start doing checks in the Goa area?
That's a good question. You know, you can go either way. We know we've got the randomized walls. It just happened that we've got ice walls, vanilla ice walls here, but we know that the walls are randomized, so we could run into randomized walls anywhere.
True. Right, there's no guarantee.
And there's teleport.
Well, okay,
Tornel,
you get a little bit paid off for heading to that tornado bracelet spot.
That's more than a little payoff. At this point, like, Tornel's not going to have to get warp boots for the rest of the seed. So that is getting that early, and that's something m4sh4m4 may not go back to do. This is a huge advantage for Tornel, in my opinion. Okay, so
m4sh4m4 has found Stixie.
Yes. So this is pretty big. He's going to get a bunch of items here, but none of them are going to be teleport.
Yeah, 60 is nice. It's 6 pretty quick to pick up checks, assuming you come in with flight. Got an alarm flute, a mimic, a medical herb.
Okay. So on the other hand, I mean, we're not having trouble picking up those warp boots. But as you know, as the seed goes on, Mashama's going to have to spend some time picking up those buying warp boots and managing his inventory. And Tornel is going to have extra room for, here. Tornel's going to walk right by there once he sees their warp boots. I don't need those.
Yeah, Mashma is definitely... And the Tornado Bracelet spot is definitely a spot I could see you never go back to until you're in bow hunt mode. Like, it's...
Oh, yeah.
Once you've cleared out the rest of Mount Saber West, it's pretty out of the way, and there's not really a reason to go back there.
Yeah, that was an interesting play from Tornel, and one that paid off really big. On the other hand, Stixie, we got the alarm flute, but that's,
That's about
it. Could be important, but yeah, like that's not a whole lot. Okay, so we're seeing wind walls on Saber North. And we're pretty sure we have vanilla enemy weaknesses. I think Tornel may check. He may check, just because sometimes you see, everything's vanilla, and then one thing totally breaks it, and so I think he's gonna check just to make sure.
But yeah, that's definitely... That is not a Telbesk one we can actually fight, so...
No.
Tornel's done there, and is soon to be on his way to Sahara. Probably going to also pick up, go into Stixie, pick up that alarm flute.
Meanwhile, he's probably going to do all of Stixie there. So, on the other hand, Tornel did spend some time getting that tornado, checking that tornado bracelet spot.
Yep.
To get his, and that we know that the, okay, so the skip is always on in the finals flags. And so we know that the teleport isn't strictly required. So Mashama may never go back there. And at the same time, Tornel didn't get anything from Amazons, which he went to early.
Mm-hmm.
And meanwhile, Mashama cleared out a lot of stuff in Stixie there. And now he's going to beat Dragon.
So that was the Sword of Wind in the one chest in the pyramid.
Okay.
Which means he now has a fully equipped Sword of Wind.
It's pretty important. He should be using that on this fight because it'll actually do more damage, but...
Yeah. Although at this scaling, it probably doesn't make too big of a difference.
So that Sword of Wind is going to be full clear access to Saber North as soon as Mashama decides to go there.
Well, mostly full clear. You still need the key to prison.
That's the key to Stixie.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's a spot that Tornel's going to get to pretty quickly here.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it kind of implies that, this is...
Honestly, this just seems like the natural routing to go through this area, so I have to imagine Tornel will be heading to Goa immediately after this.
That's right, yeah. We've got the statue glitch. So we're going to be able to get into Chiron, and we're going to be able to open the entrance for the key to Stixie. And that could be... So the key to Stixie area could be the front of Goa. It could be Sabera's fortress. It could be Portoa, yeah. So we're going to get something good there.
Yeah. The other thing I wanted to note is we did see the Oak Elder briefly in Goa. Okay, so in Chiron... Okay, that was a whole bunch of stuff that just all happened at once, but in Chiron, we found Portoa Castle, and in Portoa Castle, we found the Leaf Elder, which had the Sword of Thunder, and teleported us back to Chiron.
Oh well. What are we... What is Mashama thinking here? Okay, and we've got the we've got Portoa Castle here. That means we can fly out to the sea.
And that actually opens up a fair amount. This is where things could diverge, because I could also see an argument for trying to head up Mount Hydra, or for trying to turn in that 60 key.
Yes.
Oh, uh-oh. Item trap. You got a full inventory, and you run into an item, and it just tells you over and over again you can't pick it up. Hello, Raiders from Speed Gaming 2. This is...
Welcome!
The Crystalis Randomizer Tournament. This is the Grand Finals, Game 2 of a best-of-3 set. Tornel, on the right, is currently up a game, so m4sh4m4 is facing elimination here, and we're looking to crown a winner of the tournament. Alright, we found the Swan Shack in Joel. So, slowly, but we now know all the locations where Kensu is going to show up in disguise. So if we get Paralyzed and Love Pendant, maybe we can do something there, but...
Yes, so we know we've got vanilla trade-ins.
m4sh4m4 doing a quick reset to the Pity MP.
Oh, that's the windmill. We don't have that key, though. Tornel's going to go right into Goa. So this is the play that that won in the game last time. But when he made this play in the last race, he had all 4 swords. This time he's only got 1. And
if it really is vanilla weaknesses, odds are good. Like, if Goa's not randomized, you can't kill any bosses. You can just get the swords in Carmine, or the items in Carmine's area.
Yes,
and that's about it.
Those 5 chests are, and it looks like it is going to be, at least this backside, isn't going to be randomized. Oh, Tornel got a bow at some point. Must have been an Oasis cave.
Let's, did you see which one it was? Because I did not.
I did not, yeah.
Oh, and never marked m4sh4m's flight, although obviously he has it. Tornel! Did Tornel actually fight Dragon 1?
I don't think so. I don't think he went into, he didn't go over to, Goa at all. There's the key to prison.
But apparently he picked up a flame bracelet somewhere, because he's currently equipped with the Sword of Fire.
Yeah.
I was watching m4sh4m4 too much, because I had no idea where Tornel got all this stuff.
I mean, we've got such great divergence with everything open here.
Yeah.
So, okay, so m4sh4m4 has 3 swords, giving him a pretty good advantage here.
Tornel is not confident about vanilla weaknesses. He's just gonna take the moment to double check, and then is leaving.
Meanwhile, m4sh4m4 going up Hydra. Not a bad play here. He's got a bracelet of thunder too.
Oh, right. I do remember him picking up the Ball of Thunder before he got the Sword of Thunder. Of course, the way the tracker currently works, you can't check off the Ball of Thunder without the sword. So.
Yeah. Goes in ledge, having an antidote. Okay, so Tornel, he's thinking a little bit here. What he's gonna do? So he's gonna go through the pyramid now. As soon as you find this is an easy call. Just do this area. So he's gonna get his Sword of Wind.
Yep. And obviously already has the Tornado Bracelet. You had to have the Tornado Bracelet to even be able to find the Sword of Wind in this seed, so...
Now, on the other hand, when m4sh4m4 gets to Oasis Cave, well, that's the thing. Will he go to Oasis Cave and get that item, or will he, go somewhere else and miss it?
So there's
if he goes in the front of Goa... Yeah, eyeglass. Oh, and we've got the... That's right, and we have the alarm flute, so...
Well, assuming Kensu is sleeping in the lighthouse.
That's true.
Although, haven't we seen all the other ones at this point? Oh, I just realized something. Right now, our only way to the Portoa region is through the key to prison and through Kelvesk 1.
And we totally have it. We've got the Sword of Wind. We've got the Sword of Wind was also the sword for the walls in Mount Saber North, and so that key to prison is most definitely our access in. And Tornel's got it. Actually, so Tornel's got it. Actually, now he's got both pieces. He's got the Sword of Wind now that he's done Dragon. So let's see where he goes. Because Mashama does not have that information yet. He didn't go to Mount Saber North at all.
Alright. Mashama just finishing up here in Mount Hydra. Head over here, and just a medical herb at the top of Mount Hydra.
Okay, unfortunately, Mount Hydra, not a big payoff for Mashama.
No, it had the eyeglasses, which is going to hold one location, one of the external locations, which may not even end up being important. Hard to say. We do have Vanilla Dolphin, so like we need to find the beach house eventually.
Yes.
And I think it's just the beach house and the lighthouse that we haven't seen, and those two are in the lighthouse and the fisherman house. So it could end up being that those eyeglasses are very important.
It could, yeah. I mean, it's an item, and any item can have something required. So I believe Mashama didn't check the entrance for Stixie. He went straight up Hydra, so now he's going to do that.
Yep.
And so with the shuffled entrances, that could be, let's see, what haven't we seen yet? We haven't seen the front entrance to Goa.
Yeah, we haven't seen Sabera's Fortress, and we haven't seen Chiron Temple.
Right.
Like, so, all of those are important.
Yes.
That's the thing about the palace entrances, is almost all of them matter in every seed. Like, Stixie is the only one that isn't necessarily required. I guess maybe not Portoa Castle, but usually that ends up being ocean access.
Usually, yeah.
Alright, Sabera's Fortress.
Sabera's Fortress. Okay, so I was going to say, if you wanted to troll these guys, you would want this to be vanilla. But unfortunately, it's not.
Well, we already know what Stixie is.
Yeah, on the other hand, if we're pretty sure about vanilla weaknesses.
Yeah.
So we've got the fire sword, which means we're going to be able to beat the boss here. Tornel has the flame bracelet, but with the level 2 ball of fire, it's not going to be that tough of a fight.
Yeah, Sabera 1's not too bad. And that opal statue will make it free. If for some reason you're worried. Oh, apparently he's got 2 now. I missed where he picked up the other one.
Yeah, I remember he had it earlier. That was why it looked a little risky when he was climbing Mount Hydra with low health. But he had that opal just as a backup.
Alright, Tornel is making that Mount Saber North play we've talked about.
And he's going to check the items instead of going straight to the boss. So this could... Oh, the Bow of Truth! That's the Bow of Truth from Mashama on the Vampire 1.
Now, that's interesting. Now, that means you can't miss it. You're never going to hunt for that bow, because you have to go through the vampire fight to get to Sabera 1.
So on the other hand, if Tornel finds something in these chests, this could be something that Mashama skips. But we got an antidote. So Mashama doing a required dungeon. Tornel, he's in a required area, like this area is required, but you don't necessarily have to get these items.
No, especially with flight, you could just fly up the big slope on Mount Saber North and go straight to the boss.
So Tornel's, Tornel is basically checking some stuff that he doesn't have to, but anything could have a magic ring.
And it's still early enough on, like you're missing 2 bows, you're missing a sword, like you're gonna check these chests while you're in the area. Alright, Sabera 1 down very quickly.
An iron necklace. And Mashama remembering that Clark was in was in Leaf, I think, and he's gonna go. He's gonna do that after dropping these medical herbs that are sucking up space in his inventory. And again, you know, not a lot of time, but definitely losing time by not having that teleport.
Yeah, he was here somewhere.
Nice, this plant. Okay, so all crap on the items in Mount Saber North.
But also, he's remembering to use those eyeglasses that he picked up. So let's go see what's on the other end here.
Okay, this could be big.
Nope, just the lighthouse, but...
Statue of Gold. We don't know what it has, but...
We've got a fetch quest here. And that means the beach house is at the fisherman house, because that's the only one we haven't seen yet.
Okay, Tornel taking down Kelbesk 1.
Not really getting anything for his trouble, but...
And what was that on the paralysis spot?
That was recover.
Okay.
Mashma going to do the other alarm flute check, it looks like.
Oh.
We've got Bert guarding Portella. Alright. Queen Aurilla
all of
in
these...
Portella.
Oh. We have an extra queen in Portoa. Well, I guess... Well, okay, so this isn't an extra queen, right? Because we've got Queen Aurillus in Portoa. The Portoa Castle is actually not in Portoa, so there's really only one queen. There's no conflict here.
A couple of things we just found. The Sleeping Windmill Guard had the Shelf Flute, which at this point is likely to be important. It means you can now go do that fog lamp trade-in.
Mashama's gonna turn in the statue of gold. This was something behind behind Hydra. Paralysis. Another trade-in.
Oh boy! Wow. More fetch quests. You don't have the love pendant yet.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we don't have the love pendant, so we can't actually chase that one down right now. Wait, where was the Sword of Water?
Oh, I also missed it. Must have been somewhere in Portoa. Oh, was it off of Zebu? Because I noticed Chiron Temple was in Portoa.
Okay, yeah, that must have been it.
So that means Tornel's got all of his swords.
Yeah, that's... And he was able to do the answering machine.
And is getting Rage's message a third time.
Deciding he wants the magic ring.
Which, fair enough.
Okay, so that was Zebu. Unfortunately, that means that... Okay, so what's going to be in... That means that we have the front entrance to Goa in
Zombie Town.
In Zombie Town. And that means it's probably not going to be required to get the dolphin after all.
No, it's probably not. Although it might end up being faster if there's something good in like Evil Spirit Island.
That's right. Yeah, I mean we're still missing one bow. That's really the only thing we're looking for now.
Alright, Mashmo now heading up Mount Saber North.
There we go. That skip can be kind of tricky. You know, I'm the one who actually found that skip in the first place, and I have a lot of trouble finding it, so...
Has Mashima actually picked up that key to prison yet?
Oh yeah. Wait. Oh, that's right. So where was key to prison? It was. It was in the back of Goa. I don't believe he's been there. No. So he'll be able to get everything. He'll be able to, beat the boss and get all the items. But he won't be able to go open that door.
Yeah. So Tornel finding a statue of Onyx in the back of Crystalis plant cave and immediately going to turn that in. And must have picked up the insect flute from it because he's now in the swamp.
Michelle was also going to go for Saber North and do all the items as well. I guess, from their perspective, Mashama's got 2 bows to get. Well, I guess each of them has 2 bows to get.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's only our no mode has 1 bow. And, I mean, there's a good chance that it's somewhere in Goa Fortress. That's going to be my guess.
Yeah,
so
that's
I think
what I would
the
guess
first
as well.
person to... Yeah, so the first runner to clear Goa is probably going to have a significant lead here. And it looks like Tornel is the one in the better position for it.
Yeah, given that he's already found that sort of water, and Mashima's climbing the mountain here and still doesn't have the... still doesn't have the Sword of Water. Or, sorry, the key to prison. Which is what he needs to get to the Sword of Water.
So Tornel's probably going to check the... He's probably going to check the key to the Styxy entrance.
Yep.
He's going to find... let's see what was
Barrow's
there.
Fortress, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's going to check... Oh, wait. No, he's going to climb Hydra first. Okay.
I find it interesting Tornel's not just diving Goa here, honestly.
Yeah. I'm surprised that he's going to do Hydra, given that, he's got that entrance to Styxy that, I mean, we know it's Saber's Fortress.
Okay,
and
if I had to guess here, the only reason he's not doing it is he doesn't want to fight Moto 2 with just a level 1 sword. Because I don't think they have any accessories, any combat accessories yet.
Yeah, they don't have any combat accessories, and doesn't have any, and we don't have any power-ups for water. So yeah, that's a good point.
And if that's the case, fair enough. Moto 2 sucks.
Yeah. And so yeah, anything that would be helpful. I mean, on the other hand, we've got armor, we've got the iron necklace. We don't have buff medical herbs. That that slows things down a little.
Alright, Mashima heading into the Kelbest 1 fight with Tornado Bracelet. Should make quick work of Kelbest 1 here.
And... Alright. Good fight. Okay, but now we got the problem where he does not have that key to prison. He's got to go into the back of Goa, which is kind of painful to see because okay, so Mashama's got the Sword of Thunder. He's going to be able to beat Carmine, which is actually going to be a little bit of an advantage over Tornel. And remember, Mashama has beaten Sabera 1 and done all of Sabera's Fortress. So that's something that, pretty significant area that Tornel hasn't done. So,
yeah, if Tornel has an edge here, and I'm not even 100% sure that he does, it's a small one.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure the water sword, having that water sword is big. But he is, he's hesitant because he doesn't have enough power-ups to do this. And if that power-up, if we've got a ball of water or possibly a warrior ring or something in Carmine or the chest behind him, then that's going to be pretty good information for Mashama. I mean, he doesn't have the water sword, but once he gets it, he'll know to come back. And because you can't have the water sword and be here because you need to get that key to prison in order to open the door to get access to the water sword.
Yep. So the other thing, there's that Bow of Moon, by the way.
Yes.
It was in Oasis Cave. The other thing that's interesting to note here is when Tornel went and did Oasis Cave the first time, he did not have the Sword of Thunder. So
that's right.
Although I guess we don't actually know what kind of wall it is. They're randomized walls.
Oh, that's right. They are randomized. Yeah. Did he even check it? I'm trying to remember.
I don't know.
They're randomized. These so the enemy weaknesses are not randomized. We know that the walls are randomized, but the enemy weaknesses are not. And it looks like that's a water.
Yeah, interesting.
Okay, so the power ring spot is a water wall. But the enemy weaknesses are not randomized. So that means that you'll need the Sword of Water to beat Mato.
Yes.
Mato, both.
We
Mato
don't
1
really
and 2.
know if Goa is randomized. So far, we've only seen Carmine's floor, and it looks correct. So they might not be randomized. But
that's a good point. Yeah.
There's only so many ways you can actually randomize Goa, so it's very possible that it looks unrandomized. There's that flame bracelet also. Tornel looks like he just finished Vampire, which means you should now have the Bow of Truth.
Okay. So we've got close to parity on both runners now.
Yeah, they're now both treading ground that the other one has already been through.
Yeah. So I noticed Tornel, he went into so he triggered so he triggered Rage, and then he also did the Carissa Plant Cave, but he didn't do anything else in the Porto area. He didn't check Fog Lamp Cave, he didn't check the Waterfall Cave.
No. Didn't even dip in to see what kind of walls they have, because he still can't. There's still a kind of wall he can't break because balls are required for breaking walls.
That's true.
And that is Sabera 1 down very quickly. Flame Bracelet making very short work of her.
Okay, Mashama getting his key to prison. Hopefully that's clicking for him. But he's going to get Carmine down, which is going to be something Tornel hasn't done yet.
Actually, so the other interesting thing is it's possible that they can't actually even get past Carmine's floor because the walls are randomized.
That's true, yeah.
So if that wall is a water wall, then I don't think there's you have to find that ball of water before you can make it any deeper into Goa.
That's a good point, yeah.
Or do the Fog Lamp quest, because I believe Tornel can do all of that, can do Vanilla Dolphin at this point.
Does he have
he hasn't picked up the Shell Flute yet. Okay.
That's right, yeah, he needs the Shell Flute.
Put together, we know all of those things are available. So that could be
interesting, yeah.
Yeah.
A ball, first water power up in Evil Spirit Island, making the dolphin required.
Is that it? Oh, or
no, that was the orb of water
right there.
That was the orb. Wow. Okay, so that
he
is
doesn't have
really
a sword
good.
To go with it.
So Mashama, I think he might be one. Actually, oh no, he's gonna warp out. He's not gonna check the wall. That would be good information to check the wall past here, just to know. But really, I guess if it's not the sword, yeah.
Right. If he can break it, he's just going to get stonewalled by Motto 2.
Well, that's the thing. We don't know that Goa's randomized yet. We got, So, but he's gonna guess that Goa's not randomized, and go ahead and just go up here, and it's gonna pay off.
Tornel getting the bad news about the power ring spot, and is now making his way into Goa once again.
So he's gonna get his ball of water at behind Carmine here, and he's probably going to go clear Goa after that.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to put him. It's a pretty significant advantage for him at that point.
You can't fly around the bridge into Portoa. You gotta cross the bridge. Bert is doing excellent defense.
Yeah, that is a great placement for Bert there. Yeah, let's make sure we get a clip of that.
Alright, Tornel doing the Carmine fight.
Okay, so we've got everything known now except for one bow. And so once we find that bow, we'll have every, and Tornel has it all. So pretty much we're just looking for that last bow. And unless that last bow is a big hunt, Tornel has a huge advantage here.
Yeah, it's all of that alarm flute stuff that Mashima's been doing is gonna end up not being all that important, it seems like.
On the other hand, Mashama going straight to Sahara. I think he's realized he's got all the swords.
Yeah.
He's gonna go do Goa.
I also don't think there's that many things left for them to be doing. Okay, so Carmine's wall, by the way, was a water wall. So you had to be able to beat Carmine to actually get through that wall.
Okay. I mean, we don't know if there's another ball somewhere because there's a lot of places we didn't check at all.
Are there?
Fog Lamp Cave, Carissa Plain Cave.
We've done Carissa Plain Cave. Waterfall
Evil
Cave
Spirit...
and Fog Lamp Cave.
Okay, yeah. Evil Spirit Island.
Big islands. Yeah, Evil Spirit Island is technically in logic if you've done all the tricks that both players have done.
Which we know has the front of Goa, and so you could have had, it could have potentially had both of them in Goa required going around the front, which would have been awesome.
Alright, Tornel is on to Motto 2 with just a sword and a ball of water.
And no useful accessories here. We don't have a power ring or a warrior ring or anything like that.
Yeah, the best you're going to do is Iron Necklace, which is better than nothing, but not by much.
It looks like Tornel not having the opal statues that Mashama has, or maybe he has. Does he have?
Ooh,
okay.
Okay. He had at least
there
one.
goes his opal. Yeah, he's got at least one.
And he's going to try to use the invincibility frames from that to finish off Motto 2, and does so.
Okay. Mashama hot on his heels, and he caught up in levels. Mashama just a few minutes ago he was only on level 7, so he caught up on levels, which is going to make this fight a little easier.
I think Mashima's just a little bit behind, because I don't think any of the extra stuff either runner has done has amounted to anything.
No.
So I think it's going to be just a matter of who gets through all of this faster.
Okay, so far no second bow yet. So what other big key items would be? I guess the windmill. If we got the windmill key, that would be pretty big open.
Like 7 checks. All right, Mashima also spending an opal on this fight. Understandable. You don't have a lot of resources. One of your resources here is the opal statue. You should use it.
Yeah, especially we've got the flame bracelet, so the Sabera 2 fight's going to be a joke. Actually, every fight, the other 2 fights in Goa are going to be pretty easy here. So.
Yeah.
Okay, I still haven't seen anything interesting on Mato's floor here on these chests. We got the shield ring, yay!
Oh boy! Hey, something worse than Iron Necklace to use against Motto 2.
That's right. Slime Kensu, bow on Slime Kensu. That's a pretty good pick for a troll here because we had to walk by there without the opal without the
statue, yeah.
Yeah, the ivory statue. We got a mimic here.
They did pick up the ivory statue off of Motto 2, so if that is the case, they have it now.
Yeah. How about ivory statue in the crypt to Slime Kensu has the. Oh wait, no, it can't be that.
They already have the ivory statue.
No, yeah, they already have Bow of Truth.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
It would have to be.
There is no crypt dive involved here.
Yeah, so there's no crypt dive. Yeah.
We've got both players doing iron wall checks, where you just sit in front of an iron wall and charge up to level 2 4 times, because it's always the one you check last.
That's right. Those iron walls, that can be a real troll thing when you have to go through. We've got all 4 swords charged up all the way, or at least level 2. That's barrier for Tornel. It's nice to have.
Yeah, that'll make the Dyna fight faster and Dragon 2 a little easier. Probably Kelbesk 2 will also be very easy at that point. And not that Kelbesk 2 is that hard to begin with. Alright. Mashma entering Sabera 2. Again, with Flame Bracelet, this is free. The difference between having Flame Bracelet and not having Flame Bracelet in this fight is astounding.
Oh, yeah. Telepathy as a troll requirement? That could be interesting. I mean, so we've got quite a few trade-ins here. We could hope for, actually, the trade-in that could be interesting would be Kensu. Or Kensu and Swan. Because we haven't seen the love pendant yet. And the requirement that led through Mount Hydra, which both of the runners have actually done.
Yeah. So the interesting thing is, I think that's what if you are rooting for Mashima, that's what you want, because Mashima has already found paralysis, which Tornel has not.
That's right, yeah. And Tornel did. Was that a bow? I don't think. Was it a bow on Kelbesk?
It went by too quickly and I missed it.
Yeah, I didn't see either.
Tornel doing the walk out to trigger the massacre, if nothing else.
Yeah, so we know
probably play it safe and walk all the way out to.
Oh yeah.
Get your.
That's a power ring at the spot there. Okay, so we're gonna trigger that. We've got barrier, so it'll be. Oh no, he's not gonna walk out. He's not gonna trigger Zombie Town.
It must have been a bow then. It must have been a bow.
Probably did. Yeah. He probably would have done it otherwise.
So now we're just cleaning up bosses.
And I mean, it's really just singular because this is the only one left then.
Yeah. So we're actually almost done. Wow, this seed flew by.
Yeah, and even faster than last time then. Because we've got a power ring and a flame bracelet. That's going to make the tower quite a bit faster. And a storm bracelet.
Is that a storm bracelet?
Yeah, okay. Wow. So it must have been there. Okay.
Yeah, I saw it on Mashima's side, who is also through Kelbesk 2, by the way, at this point. And so yeah, at this point, Tornel just has a lead of maybe like a minute or two. Not very much, but...
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty close. But definitely, given Tornel's skill, this is a pretty good lead for him.
You can see Tornel taking the time to kill a couple more enemies. He's still only level 11.
Yeah.
The sweet spot for max scaling tower is usually level 12 with these sort of resources. So Carlo wants to pick up just a little bit more experience. Although he's still a ways off from level 12, so maybe not.
Yeah. If we get some juicy enemies in here, that could easily do it.
Yeah. Mashima is still only level 10.
Yeah. So he has checked a few extra things, but it unfortunately just didn't pay off, and...
Yeah, it's interesting. Both players made a couple of side checks that the other runner didn't, and none of those really mattered.
No.
Two of the swords were on required, or two of the bows were on required bosses in this seed. So like, there was never gonna be a bow hunt.
No.
Alright, that's Mashima's last boss down, so... it's go time.
That's right, yeah. And it turned out that the teleport wasn't... because we didn't have a lot of, like, hunting, getting that teleport never really came into... which was good for Mashima, that the teleport didn't end up being that important. But...
that said, this is reasonably close.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
So the small things of like Mashima actually taking time to clear inventory space and buy warp boots may have actually made a difference.
Yeah. Tornel getting into the tower here. He's got power ring. He's got the flame bracelet. And we know he likes this setup.
Yeah.
He's very comfortable with this. This is a little... oh, but he's going to use thunder. Huh. I figured he would use fire, but...
Interesting. He had thunder equipped from the boss, used thunder on the first gold robot, switched to fire, and then switched back to thunder. Like he was still debating it.
Well,
maybe you just...
either way, it's... yeah, I mean... If you execute really well with the flame bracelet, it's slightly faster, but the thunder bracelet is easier to use. And, you know, the other thing is that we don't have any healing. And so maybe that's what Tornel's thinking. Like, it's easier, the execution's a little easier with thunder. And he's got a ton of magic rings.
Yeah, I think that's the other thing is...
yeah, he didn't need to worry about his inventory space.
Sword of Thunder, Thunder Storm Bracelet is very mana hungry. Like,
yes.
Alright, Mashima entering Dragon 2. Looks like we're likely to have... there's going to be a lot of flashing on the screen here for a little while. If you have any sort of photosensitivity, I'd probably look away for a little bit.
Yeah.
Dueling storm bracelets. Yeah, Mashima also threw Dragon 2 very quickly, getting like one cycle Dragon 2. About as good of a Dragon 2 fight as you can have. Mashima is still only level 11, by the way.
Wow.
And you can see Mashima is using the flame bracelet strats you mentioned. It does go by slightly faster. I don't think it's going to be enough to catch up, but you never know. I mean, it's going to help.
Yeah, I didn't check what Tornel's opal count is here. I don't think he has another one.
Alright, Mashima through the first floor. Okay, through the first floor, aside from some light trolling from a helicopter.
Okay, and that's all that's the all the robots for Tornel.
Yep.
We're gonna see a sub-hour seed or a sub-hour finish here. That's amazing.
Yeah. On the final slag set, that's very rare.
So the these helicopters showing why Tornel used the tornado bracelet. It's just while you get a little extra lag, it makes it really easy to take down those flying helicopter things. And in the end, you know, if you get bopped around by them, that's going to save you some time in the end. So the lag sort of makes up for it, or it kind of makes up for the lag that you get.
And that is GG for Tornel, with an official race time of 58 minutes and 50 seconds. And that means Tornel is our champion for the tournament, because that was game 2 and he won game 1, so we're done. This is it. This is the end of the tournament. And here we are. We are joined by our Crystalis Randomizer Tournament 2022 champion. GG, Tornel.
GG's.
That was a jet seed, huh?
Yeah.
I know.
I mean,
Yeah, the axe seed indeed, huh?
sub-hour.
That's right. Yeah, that
sub-hour I had in the whole tournament, I think. Shama put a comment.
We hardly had any sub-hour seeds on the easy flags, let alone the finals. It might have been possible, like, yeah, I guess that last one. We never got the speed boots. Now,
sub-hour, despite never having speed boots, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is actually going to be pretty close. m4sh4m4 actually gained quite a bit of ground on the tower there.
Yeah, that was less than 2 minutes off.
Yeah.
And that is m4sh4m4 done as well, with an official race time race of 1 hour and 21 seconds.
Yeah, it's like a minute and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, compared to last night's seed, that one was very, very straightforward, it felt like. But
Yeah, that was...
Oh, yeah.
Well, and 2 of the bows being on required bosses meant there was just never going to be a bow hunt.
Yeah. The best part was the early sequence that ended at, with the Tornel check.
Yeah. I was like, is it really going to make us do this? And then it did.
Yeah, the forced double dip of...
Well, then if you went back a third time, you got teleport. It's like, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So m4sh4m4 never did that.
So,
okay,
that was one of the
what
big differences between the two.
Yeah, I want to ask about that. What was your thinking there? Right after you went straight up there to a check that usually doesn't come up until a bow hunt.
I don't know. I was just like in that part of the world. I was about to go Saber North and check Amazon. It's like, well, you know what? While I'm here, I'm just going to check it because it doesn't take that long. I can just reload out if I need to. Because I made a save point, like, side Amazons or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah,
it was definitely an advantage, yeah.
And given how close that race was, it honestly could have made the difference there, just in terms of the amount of inventory management and buying of warp boots m4sh4m4 had to do throughout the seed.
Yeah, I mean, considering it's still pretty close.
Yeah.
So we have a GG's from m4sh4m4 here. He should have the invite to join us whenever he's ready. Yeah, so Tornel won the first race, which was last night. So this was two straight races for Tornel, and that's going to give him the championship win. So, yeah, I was kind of hoping that m4sh4m4 would come in here so we can talk a little bit, but...
We'll see. He may not end up being available for a commentary tonight, but certainly a great race by both of our runners tonight. Very close all the way up to the end. Like, there was a period there where it was just you were hot on each other's heels going through Goa, basically clearing it out at the same time.
Sounds like he's not joining the chat, so
Okay.
that's what he just told me. So
Oh, well, congratulations again on your. Do you have anything to any words for us, champion here?
I think it's funny. I still didn't play Magic in the tournament completely. Actually, did I play you at all in this tournament? I can't remember.
No, you didn't get
Yeah.
a chance at me. I I got taken out by Mashama here. I don't think I would have taken you down on either of these races. You were pretty fast.
I don't know. It just worked out. I have no idea. Like, I
Yeah.
don't feel like I made any like super smart plays or anything. It just, I don't know.
Yeah. You made
But-
some gutsy plays for sure.
I guess, yeah. I give
get-
Mashima all the credit for all the practice runs. So
Oh yeah.
you kind of just get a feeling for flags once you play them enough. I
Yeah.
feel like, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he almost sub-houred this as well. And, to get that performance and, not get the win is pretty amazing, actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was Dragon Dark knocked me out of the last tournament in a very close finish. So I think I only lost to him and you in that last tournament.
I think so, yeah.
And in this one, I guess I didn't lose to anybody in the actual bracket stages. So.
No, you were wire to wire.
Yeah, you didn't drop a single game because you were the winner's bracket winner, and then for the grand finals, you took it in 2 games. So you won every race you played in.
Well, I guess that's one way to do it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you got to do some commentating acts. I'll definitely have to watch this one back.
yeah, we had some fun. Not as much. I would have liked if there was a little more struggling there to.
No 8-minute Severa fights this time. Sorry.
No.
I wish I could have given you the seed that I ran earlier today that didn't have flight until like an hour and a half in.
Oh, I don't know. I'm just kind of in disbelief still, I guess. Hasn't really hit me yet. So.
Yeah. But yeah, I can understand Mashama finishing, almost under, right over an hour, and, you having that crazy 58-50 finish there. Like, that's probably pretty crazy. I mean, I probably wouldn't have finished at that time, so.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that the last 2 races, I didn't check Fog Lamp Cave, and in the past, it's bitten me lots of times.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like I got lucky in that regard, but I don't know. And we didn't have to get Shell Flute either time either, which is also strange.
No, I don't think that's so strange for these, for final flags here. I feel like the shell flute almost never, the dolphin pretty much just gets to hang out and.
I guess I
not
had
have
lots of
to
bad luck in my
party around.
practice seeds then.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know. It depends because there's a lot of the 6 things that could be back there. It's like what 3 of them mean you need to have the shell flute, and 3 of them mean you don't necessarily need the shell flute. So it's like 50-50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought this seed might require it, but then I realized, no, we're going to come out right there, so.
Yeah. Yeah, we actually had missed the last bow right off, but then we realized when you teleported out right away, we figured, oh, that's got to be, you probably got the bow.
Yeah, Bo was on Kelbis?
Kelbis.
Too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kelbis
Yeah.
too. Yeah. Yeah, that was an amazing finish.
I was like, really? And then I think you probably saw me stop and check my inventory. I was like, wait a minute, I only have 2 bows. And then I dropped the item.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, it was one of those where you were accumulating key items and never had to go check any of them.
No, I had them
Yeah.
in my back of my mind, but then it never came up.
Yeah. Yeah, Mashama checked a few more trade-ins. He checked. So he checked the lighthouse. He woke up Kensu, and he got the statue of gold, and then he traded that in and called me Angry Sea, and that gave him that was paralysis, and but we never found the love pendant to make good on that, and it turned out to be nothing. So yeah.
I totally forgot to turn in the rage stuff. I meant to, and I just forgot. So I'm glad that wasn't important. Like, I went to rage, but I didn't do anything after that.
Yeah. Well, so what was going to be your next check if you didn't have that bow right there?
Oh, Brokahana, for sure.
Oh,
after
yeah?
Mado
okay.
1. Well,
Mado
yeah.
1.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, who knows after that? Whatever trade-in was first in my inventory after that, probably. But
oh,
actually, I might have done Foglamp,
you would have done
actually.
trade-ins.
I might have done Foglamp Cave, yeah. But.
Okay. Yeah, because we never saw Foglamp, we never saw Waterfall, we never saw no one got the key to the windmill key.
Yeah.
Both of you did Hydra. So both of you climbed Hydra, which ended up having nothing. Both of you did Stixie, which had nothing. I think maybe a ball or something.
It had what you call it, mask, not gas mask, eyeglasses.
Oh, right,
yeah.
Yeah.
That was it, I think.
Yeah, which Mashama traded in, and yeah, I don't think you'd check that.
No, it was on the list too.
Wow. Yeah, I guess, when you've got all the swords and everything you need to fight the bosses, then, you can kind of put the trade-ins off.
It definitely seems like it likes to put key items in Goa and near the bosses, it seems like, the ones you really need.
Yeah.
Not always, of course, but...
Okay. It did look like you were a little worried about the water, so about beating Mado for the water. So we only had access to the back of Goa, right?
Yeah.
And you got the Sword of Water. So Mashama actually had gotten everything else before he went into Goa at all. And at that time, he went in the back of Goa, and he had the Sword of Water, and then he got the Ball of Water, and at that point, he was right on your heels. But so there was definitely some variation before then. But you both ended up in Goa, not too far after. He was in Goa, not far behind you there, and followed you the whole way through. And you were both ready to finish after that.
Yeah, I was a little nervous going in there without a ball of water, because I was like, what if that wall was a water wall? And it was, of course, but we found the ball, luckily.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and Goa, like the rest of Goa, could have been randomized. It's happened before for sure.
The interesting thing is you didn't know it at the time, but I think you actually had access to the front of Goa the long way.
That's right.
Although we never saw what kind of walls were in Evil Spirit Island, it might be that you still needed that ball of water to get through the walls there.
Well, we would have had to have the shell flute otherwise.
Right, but the shell flute was on one of the alarm flute checks.
Oh, okay.
So, because that's something that Mashma did. Found that shell flute, but didn't take that quest line, the Vanilla Dolphin quest line, any further than that.
Let's see. Well, you're right. I guess if it came out in Evil Spirit, it wouldn't have needed the shell flute then. You're right, yeah.
In any case, GG's once again. It was fantastic race, fantastic tournament.
Yeah, I'm definitely proud of Mashama for making it this far, considering how long he's been playing the game. I mean, he knocked out everybody that's been around except for me, pretty much. So.
And I mean, he was a minute and a half here on a seed that was extremely complicated, and this was a really an amazing performance for anyone, really.
Definitely. I mean, and he made a comment in the Discord last night about how when we're playing these, it probably looks easier than it really is, figuring out where you need to go and stuff. Like, it's really complicated, like you just said. Like, it's not as easy as we make it look. Basically, is how he said it. And it,
absolutely.
It really is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe next tournament we'll get some WA in there too.
Wow. All right, so, the other thing, you've never completed the full stupid. Have you ever thought about finishing that?
Well, I'm still kind of salty because the very first version of it, I could have beaten it many times. I just quit because I didn't know it was going to be a thing.
Oh,
And
I
now it's like
see.
so much harder. It's like, well, Axeman got credit on the easy mode, so until he does it on the hard
Yeah,
one,
I
I don't really
know.
feel like I need to. So, when you
That's
do it, I'll
right.
do it. How about that? Yeah.
Oh, yeah? If I do the hard one?
Yeah.
I haven't done it. I haven't even done it on the hardest settings yet. Although I'm gonna start grinding again soon, so look forward to that.
Okay.
No, I might do some attempts eventually. Maybe a little break after this tournament and then come back to it maybe.
Okay.
Because yeah, I mean it's painful, but I don't know. Blackout random maps is just so painful, especially if they take away the lightning, cheat. But
Yeah.
I don't know if he's done it yet or not. But
We'll see. It now has area shuffle in there as well, which means you could just walk into a cave and have no idea where you are. Hope you have all the music in the game memorized.
Oh, the music's not
I believe
randomized?
that, I think the music gets randomized to
I don't
mess it up a
think
little
it
more.
does. I don't think any of the aesthetic flags are on.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
And I don't think you should turn them on because then you really have no idea where you are at any given time. Like, it's just impossible.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm not sure what's going to be next for this rando. I came in here as the first seed and got shown that I had all my luck in the preliminaries, and so I'm not sure what'll be in the future for this rando, but we're definitely gonna have some other stuff. We'll think about it. There'll be some more. I mean, we're doing races almost. We were doing races almost every day, and so we'll probably get back to that. Maybe a little break. We'll see. But we'll probably look at some events. There's definitely some rando and speedrun events coming up that could be interesting to have a little race. So yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah,
And definitely,
but,
if you are watching this in the audience here and this looks at all interesting you, we have a Discord. Come join the Discord. There's all sorts of people that are more than happy to help you get started, help you figure out, get through some of the easier flags, get through, start ramping things up. There's a good, what's it called? There's a emo tracker pack if you want to have a good map tracker for that. There's all sorts of support for just playing around and having fun with it.
awesome. Okay, well, if that's it, and there's nothing else, I think we'll sign off for this tournament. And yeah, thanks everyone. Thanks to Speed Gaming for having us, and thanks to all the runners, all the commentators, everyone who made this possible. It was Matrick. He couldn't make it tonight. Matrick was the one who kind of like started this whole tournament and kind of got everyone back into it. So big thanks to him for organizing this all. And yeah, and so everyone who was helping out, yeah, thanks a lot. That's right, everyone. Anyone else have anything?
I just can't wait for the next tournament. That's about it for me.
All right, it's gonna be on then. I'll come back. It'll be the return of
Return of the Axe.
I'm
Return of
looking
the
forward
Axeman,
to
yeah.
getting eliminated in round 2 again so I can do commentary for the rest of the tournament. So
yeah, I had some fun with that. All right, and so with that, we'll see Speed Gaming and everyone later.